But for the first time in 25 years, they are going to the NBA Finals.
Welcome, everyone, to the latest episode of the Top 914, hosted by Joe Riverso and Zarius, Colson. As you can tell, um, it's kind of depressing around here in New York, but yeah, this is where we're at right now. Obviously, the Knicks losing in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Indiana Pacers. You guys see the hats off today because they're not in the best of moods today. But talking about heartbreak, Joe, you can get it started, bro. I don't even know what to say.
I was so ready to watch a game seven at the Garden. I was not ready for the season to end. To be honest, I was not really scared going into this game. Maybe I should have been. But overall, the Pacers just outplayed them the whole game.
Yep.
Knicks turned the ball over a lot, obviously. Nembhard was limiting Brunson. Just Knicks didn't get anything to go on offense, and
Not
on
at
the
all.
defensive side, they never got back on defense. Just a lot of fast break points, and just Pacers doing what worked well the whole game, and it worked. Knicks couldn't find a way to stop.
That whole series, well, honestly, the whole playoffs, starting from that Detroit series in round one, I'll be the first to tell you that it was hard to get a shot off the entire playoffs. We couldn't create our own shot for anything. If you really like look back in the Detroit series, this Boston series, and this current series, we couldn't get a shot off for nothing. Like it was hard. Like if Brunson wasn't going out there averaging 40 points a night and just creating shots like he's known for, it was hard for us to create a shot. Like you have Cat forcing threes, and then you have OG shooting threes, Mikal's shot not going, him being inconsistent, just a bunch of things offensively for the Knicks that just didn't go their way. And then put in the factor defensively, like late adjustments from Tibbs, um, it's just late rotations. It's just the
Mhm.
inconsistency from this team is what killed us. Self-inflicted wounds that we weren't able to recover from, and now we're going home.
Yeah, the Pistons series, I know we lost to Indiana, but the Pistons gave us a hard time. I
They
mean,
did.
that series could have went either way. Every game was close, and Pistons inexperienced team, very young team, first time in the playoffs in a while, and
Right.
they gave us a fight, gave us a huge fight. They could have very well won that series.
Right.
It seemed like Boston was definitely our easiest series.
Yeah, which is crazy to say.
Hmm.
But obviously going into the season, after trading for Mikal and re-signing OG, we were known for Wingstop. Those were the guys that were gonna get us Wingstops. Like, and then just us just us coming up short, when it matters most, that just stings. And honestly, what sucks most, and this doesn't even have to involve the game. I only want to see game seven, to be honest, because, it would have given me hope, but we would have at least seen one more inside the NBA episode if it went
Yeah,
to game seven. So
yeah,
that stung like a lot.
yeah. It's still crazy how that's discontinuing inside the
Going to
NBA.
ESPN, shaking my head. I don't know how that's gonna work out. But yeah, dude, just a bunch of inconsistency. Like
Yeah.
Tibbs, I think I'd say 75% of New Yorkers put the blame on him.
Mhm.
Um, I wouldn't consider myself part of that 75% only because like I'll always ride for Tibbs forever. Just seeing what he did for the city of New York and the team, bringing us back to relevancy, bringing us to the playoffs, except for that one year in 22.
Mhm.
Um, we all know he's a great coach, but it's just his inconsistencies just were brutal. Like it, like we couldn't have asked for a worse coaching performance than what Tibbs gave us in the playoffs.
Yeah, especially against Indiana. I mean, against Boston and the Pistons, we weren't really concerned, but against Indiana, a team that can go 11 deep, we
Right.
obviously can't play eight guys, and it took him a long time to do that. I mean, we can go game by game. Game one, obviously that lucky bounce that that set the tone for the series and was the difference maker in the series. The mindset after the game was probably like, okay, that's never happening again. We're gonna
Exactly.
beat this team. So he does the same thing in game two, and we lose by five. And now everyone's like, okay, now you have to put the bench in.
Right.
Does it in game three. They come back down 20, and the unit that was in that came back down 20 was consisted of DeLon Wright, Landry Shamet.
Yep.
Um, Even game five, we shut down Tyrese Halliburton. Game six, then it was just the complete opposite. And they just got the best of us. I think going into this series, I had high hopes about a perimeter defense because, Mikal Bridges and OG did play well on the
Yep.
perimeter against Boston. So, the Pacers are a similar team to Boston, shooting wise and offense wise. I thought they were really going to stop Halliburton because he's the heart and soul of their offense, and he drives and kicks. He makes the plays for everyone, and they just let us down.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Halliburton. Um, I think that I would agree with Stephen A. Smith. I'm not calling him a superstar yet. I think he's a star because just just honestly, from a fan perspective, seeing Halliburton twice in the past 2 years in the playoffs, seeing the way he plays, right? Say Halliburton has an off game, right? In which he did, I believe was what was that game? The
Game
game
five.
game five.
Yeah.
Had a down game. What was it? He only had like 7 points. I'm not, I forget, but
Yeah, I
he
think he
didn't
had like he shot 7 attempts.
7 attempts. Yeah, he
Yeah.
so like if Halliburton, if like just get rid of scoring wise. If his playmaking is not there, like his shot creating,
Then we
playmaking
win
for his
every
other
game.
teammates, then everything else falls.
Yeah.
Everything else falls. Like look at the team around him, If his shot's not going down, if he's not creating for other guys, Nemhar's not gonna have that many threes. Neesmith is not gonna shot create and have that many threes like he did in game one.
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner,
Obi like he makes
Thomas
everyone around
Bryant.
him better. Obi Toppin, he makes better.
Exactly.
Ben Mathurin, he makes better. Ben Shepherd, he makes better. Thomas,
Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant is shooting threes.
I know.
Like what are we doing? Like,
And that's why Rick Carlisle trusts his bench because he knows Halliburton can make plays. And that's kind of an issue I have with Tibbs. It's not just the fact that he has to trust his bench more. We all know that, but
right,
just the fact that he doesn't really have any sets for his star players. I mean, coming into the series, it just seemed like he relied on a lot on star power, and throughout the series, the offense was just stagnant, and it just seemed like if you watch the game against or the entire series rather, it was really just when Brunson got the ball, you just had to hope he had to drive and get past defenders and draw a foul. Same with
right,
Cat. When he got the ball, post up, probably gets an offensive foul like 50% of the time. Bridges gets the ball, he drives, he does his fadeaway shot. Like we don't play team basketball. It's
we don't.
obvious seeing in the series that we're just a team of individuals. We have chemistry. We do have chemistry, but it's just, you know, we don't set up plays. And Indiana, they set screens, they roll, they get the mismatch, they drive and kick, they
Yep.
make plays, they get people open every possession. The Knicks don't do that enough. They just have guys going ISO. And, like what is Brunson supposed to do? That's why everyone calls him a elevator. He's
True.
6'2", doesn't look very athletic, but his driving ability is great, and that's a great attribute to him. But that's the only thing he can really do
Right.
because they don't have plays, they don't move the ball well.
And
We're not
if
going to win a championship like that.
right, that's 100% not a championship caliber team. Like just looking at obviously Indiana, OKC, and other teams, like, you know, they definitely rely on Tyrese and Shea, for
Hmm.
example, but like other guys around him create shots. And like you
Hmm.
get those guys to have 30 points a night. We just can't rely on Brunson just to ISO and just get 40 and 45 points a game, and then no one else is doing anything else. Like that
Yeah,
doesn't
if you
work.
looked at game six, especially, like Nembhard had 6 steals, and a lot of times when the Knicks turned the ball over, they just had it at the top of the key. The Pacers played up, they played aggressive on the ball, which the Knicks did in game five, which worked. And then they didn't do that on defense, but the Pacers did that on defense in game six, play on the ball, and that's why Brunson struggled. Nembhard was on him. Halburn was helping with the double team, and our offense just couldn't get it going. And it's because the Pacers played aggressive on defense, and we played soft the entire game.
Right.
So we
And
deserve to lose.
obviously when it's all said and done, the unsung hero Pascal Siakam winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I think that's well deserved.
Yeah,
He obviously killed us, dropping 31 in game six. But
39
just
in game two.
yeah, just it just felt like no matter what game it was, one person from that team,
Yeah,
from
always stepped up.
from that demonic team had their game. Like
Whether it was Ben Mathurin, TJ McConnell,
exactly.
Siakam, Neesmith, Halliburton, there was always somebody. And
Always somebody.
that begs the question, what do you do for the offseason? For me, I would honestly just sign vets who have experience. I mean, I think you mentioned earlier, Kevon Looney.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Steven Adams is also on the market. He was a huge factor
For
in
Houston,
Houston
yeah.
against Golden State, if you watched that.
Right.
I feel like we need another center off the bench. If we're starting Mitchell Robinson, which we probably won't next year, it would be nice to have like a good backup center. I think if we have enough vets who have experience, then we're contenders. And if we can sign enough guys who can make a solid 10-man rotation, that's really the goal. Everyone on the team has conference finals experience now. It's every year is a stepping stone. It seems like you have to make the conference finals to win the finals. You
Exactly.
can't just have no experience and expect yourself to make a run. It doesn't work like that if you look in the past of all the champions. So again, it's just a stepping stone. Pacers were the better team, although we're the more
Sucks to
talented
say.
team, I still believe.
Right. And honestly speaking on Mitchell Robinson, if someone says Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench, he's not going to be a big man that provides offense, then you haven't watched Mitchell Robinson.
Hmm.
Mitchell Robinson, whether it's, just fighting and dogging for 10, 15 offensive rebounds a night or just getting simple putbacks, he creates offense. His development from where we got him in 2017 to where he is now, sticking, to this team, you can't ask for really anything else. I
Hmm.
mean, the defensive prowess he brings, I know that's one of the main reasons why Tibbs brought him to the starting lineup, over Josh Hart, whether it's blocks, defensive rebounds. He was getting steals too. I saw that. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, dude, if say we do start Mitch, which we probably won't, then
Hmm.
I don't see us going after a backup big, like you mentioned, Steven Adams, Kevon Looney. I think that'd be great depth, but I don't think that would be one of Leon Rose's focuses.
Hmm.
Maybe bring in, you know, another veteran piece. What say we don't re-sign campaign, maybe give CP3 the veteran minimum. I don't know how much I like that, but
Hmm.
because this class isn't really that, it's not really that good of a class this free agency.
Yeah, free
So
agency.
that's
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
weak. But say for example, Nikhil Alexander Walker, declines his team player option. I'm pretty sure it is. It's either a player or a team option. Um, that can be something we
We
go
could,
after, trying
yeah.
to clear up cap space. But clearing up cap space for an already set title contending team is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know how we do
if
that.
we probably won't fire Thibodeau, but if we don't, then obviously fire him or not, we obviously have to go after guys who can consistently come off the bench and get good minutes in the playoffs.
100%.
Has to be at least a 10-man rotation of guys who can easily get it done, who aren't hesitant to Thibodeau, who guys who he could trust. Got to make that happen on the bench and just keep our core, run it back. I mean,
But yeah, it's
again, we've gotten better every year. So
May 19th, 2024.
could definitely see this team in the
That,
finals next year. But
yeah, we gotta wait another 365 though.
it
Just
sucks.
patience at its finest for Knicks fans, for New York fans in general. I mean, the Yankees are winning right now. By the time we're
Yep.
recording this video, they're up 6-1 on the Dodgers, top of the seventh.
Yep.
But we'll see how far that goes.
Yeah.
But
So
staying on the topic of basketball,
yeah.
let's move on to the finals.
Yep.
Finals predictions. What you got?
I have the Thunder in five.
9-5. I got
If
five
no
hundred
one
in
gets
three.
hurt, I don't see the Pacers winning in OKC. Huge home court advantage.
Yeah,
But I think it's gonna be a close series. Like the games are gonna be close, honestly.
yeah. I can see two games going like heavily favored OKC. Like they're winning by like 20 plus in like two or more games. I can see that.
I think Oklahoma City is going to win a dominant game one, dominant fashion.
Yeah.
Game two, it's going to be a bit closer, and Indiana's going to, maybe lose by like 5 or 10. Game three, they win Indiana. Game four, OKC wins a close road game in Indiana, and then game five, they close it out in by about 15 to 20. It's
Yeah,
my
I
prediction.
wouldn't disagree with that. I think I ultimately see OKC.
SGA MVP.
Yeah, I see OKC winning it. I'd say they win it back in OKC.
Pacers are going to put up a fight, but the series itself is not going to be close.
Yeah.
I would love to see OKC sweep them or give them belt.
Yeah,
If the
that'd be
Pacers
great.
win, that would honestly be probably the second best finals run of all time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if the like say we didn't beat Boston, right? If the Pacers were to go through the Cavs and well, yeah, say they were to
The
go through
Knicks,
the
Cavs,
Cavs,
and Boston, and then the Thunder.
that's kind of insane. If they win, but they won't.
Yeah.
I think if they do win, Tyrese Halliburton definitely secures himself as the greatest Pacer of all time.
Mm.
I don't think that there's any debate with that, but it's gonna be tough. OKC, Shea's gonna average like 35 points a game.
Mm.
Jalen Williams, J-Dub, Chet Holmgren, they've all been really great. That team is set for the future, man. The NBA, that's the new Golden State Warriors,
And
honestly.
then they got 4 first-round picks
Four
plus
first round picks,
Nikola
exactly.
Topic coming back.
Right.
Um, they're going to be
This team is
nasty.
gonna be actually scary, man,
Uh,
for the
I
years to
hope
come.
someone beats them next year. So if we somehow make the finals next year or in the years to come, we don't have to play them.
Right. You know,
But
one thing that we've been seeing though, Knicks wise, it's free agency is trading for guys like Katie and Giannis. Me as a Knicks fan, I don't want that. Just run it
mm,
back with the same core that got us the Eastern Conference Finals. If you were to tell us that our ceiling this year was the Eastern Conference Finals, I would believe you. But, you know, but like going up against a team such as the Pacers, if you were to tell me that we were going to face the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals at the beginning of the year, I would think that we're going to smoke them. But
mm.
obviously that wasn't the case because of our flaws on defense and offense. But things got to change around here, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't go after a superstar. We don't really need that.
No.
It's just basically blowing our team up just for, like the short term. And I don't think that's going to work out. I think best shot is to run it back. You really have no other choice. Just get guys, sign some guys, re-sign some guys.
Yeah.
Just everyone's young, everyone's going to keep developing, and we'll be back next year.
We will be back, but let us know what you guys personally think, what the Knicks should do, whether that's firing Thibodeau, trading for a superstar, um, you know,
Running it back.
running it back with the same core. Let us know what you guys think. But for now, Knicks fans, we gotta wait another year, another calendar year. Hopefully we'll be back, but hopefully we'll be going further than what we ended off with this year. But with that, that will be the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Make sure you guys stay on the lookout for our content drops over on the Insta and YouTube. That's at the Triple Option Podcast, Top 914.
And go follow all of our personal accounts, which are all in the Instagram bio.
Stay tuned.